Hello Daily Drafters, and welcome back to the channel for today's Arena Gauntlet League match. Today we'll begin match number 5 of our final week with this Lorwyn pool here. Now, we're sitting at 12-8. We need an incredible last 2 weeks here, 8-2 at a minimum, to be able to make finalists. But it's possible, so we're going to fight till the bitter end as much as we can here. Now, the deck we've got on our screen is a little bit different than the last few Lorwyn decks that you've seen run here. I've been running a Jund Lorwyn deck for the longest time, mainly to splash Soul Immolation, which was potentially our best card in the pool. But I've realized getting here toward the last week that mana consistency and a lot of my rares are just in black and green. That's been the base for this pool for a while. And almost every single player in this Lorwyn half of the league at this point is running an absolutely busted Elves deck. Like, they've got 3 of the Loyalists, and everyone's got a Champion of the Perfect. Everyone's got a Gloom Ripper. I mean, there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on. But a lot of the early creatures in Elves are just kind of like 2-mana 2/2s, which I do have these kind of things. So what I've decided to do is build a black-green deck that hopefully goes a little bit bigger than Elves can go. But it does still have things like 3 Midnight Tillings and a Bloodline Bidding. It's got 10 Elves. There's 6 Kithkin in here as well to kind of help out with that. There's some value with Elms. The mana is much more consistent in this situation. I've run it up against some practice decks, and this deck plays out either it wins with a Figure of Fable or a Bitterbloom Bearer very early, or it goes over the top with something like Bloodline Bidding late, or just completely folds to the black-green rares that Elves have to offer. It's one of the 3, and I just gotta hope that this week just plays out in my favor as far as either super early game or super late game, and that's pretty much all I can hope for. 90% of these decks seems to be Elves, and you can't beat them, join them. Heading into this 5th week of play, let's take a look at the current standings of roughly 230 or so players here in this league. We are sitting at the beginning of this week here in 35th with that 12-8 record that I mentioned. Lots of 12-8s. 14-6s is what's good enough to get you on the first page of that leaderboard. And there are a few 13-7s that are filling out the remaining finalist positions. There's a 16-4 with Dark Dragon ZT, who did beat us earlier this league. A couple 15-5s, 14-6s in there as well. There are currently, at the time of this recording, about 112 players who have already been eliminated. So we have survived the first round of eliminations, but we got to go 3-2 this week at a minimum to at least survive to week 6 to have a chance at a 5-0. And our first opponent in our way is going to be PlayonBirds, who's a great player, and you'll see when badges come up here that they've got a record of 11-8 so far, 51st place, and their Lorwyn pool has gone 7-4, running a Jeskai, Elementals, Merfolky kind of creature-based deck that with several bombs, as everyone really does have. Now, we've got that 12-8 record, as you saw. Our Lorwyn pool has gone 5-5. We've got that black-green deck that we're playing. Now, my lifetime AGL record is 153 and 122, with that win percentage above 55%. And PlayonBirds is actually closer to 61%. Fewer wins, but has gotten there in fewer amount of tries as well. So their win percentage is up towards 61. But I do have the one head-to-head victory in any league that we've played against each other. Just the one time I was able to win that one time. As I mentioned with badges, I've got that one-time finalist in addition to one additional top 16. PlayonBirds currently has 1 finalist, 1 league win, 1 pennant win, and is currently qualified for the 2026 Player of the Year tournament later this year. So, obviously, like I mentioned, great player. It's going to be a tough one. Every single one of these matches going forward, I'll probably say that for, because they're all going to be tough ones. Great players are left. Great decks are left. And lots of rares are in all of these pools. Without any further ado, I will see you in game number 1. Okay, here we are in the match, and we get to go first. Let's see if we can find a keepable hand here. Well, I mean, it's close. It has the ability to go horribly wrong. If I draw another forest, Nago Robber will open up the hand quite well, including making this cheaper. The Weaver is just going to have to come down as a 2-mana 2/1 more than likely. Maybe not necessarily. And I'm first. This isn't going to be played for a while. This can go a long way. I'm going to risk it a little bit, but this is the kind of thing that could go horribly wrong if things don't go my way on the top of the deck here. We're going to need a forest in our first couple of turns. Yeah, that's not really close. Do I want to play a 2-drop as just a 2-mana 2/1? I think I'll hold off at least one turn. Now we got one more chance at a forest. Didn't quite find it. So now we gotta rely on a land here somewhere. I think I'd be happy to trade this off, because then the Weaver can get it back. Never mind, no it can't, because I don't have 3 creatures. Maybe eventually it could. But for now, I think I'm okay blocking if he does want to trade. A surprising non-elf deck here. Was expecting to see elves and did not. Darn. Okay, let's play another 2-drop. There are my greens. Worst case, as long as no creatures die, next turn I can play Weaver, get back Forest. Maybe that's good enough. That means nothing can die and nothing can... Don't want anything to trade here. End plains, you say? Okay. Okay, swamp. That doesn't actually mean I can cast anything different than just playing Weaver, getting back Forest here, so let's go ahead and do that. Now I think I'm in the business of trading. Next turn I can play... I don't know. There's a couple things. Alright, this card is kind of crazy when you can activate it so many times. Oh no, alright, well that's about GG, I think. Yeah. Okay, that was fun. You know, good old Chronicle of Victory, huh? Sure, let's take like 12 or something. I kind of hamstrung myself by keeping the hand and not getting rewarded, but here we are. Oh, and they have first strike. Yeah, because why wouldn't they? Alright, are we done here? Pretty close. Chronicle of Victory is the kind of card that you really can't even sideboard against, because I have artifact enchantment removal, it's just sorcery speed, and this coming down, like the last turn is the turn, you need to do it mid-combat or something like that, so it doesn't really help. I mean, I'm probably going to bring one in anyway, but it's not really going to matter. Chronicle of Victory, too good. Alright, so let's head on to game 2 here. See if we can do anything about that. Like I said, the artifact enchantment removal is in the form of Chomping Changeling. Just don't even think that's really good enough. I mean, can I bring one in anyway? What am I dealing with? Kind of a slightly more aggressive elves deck. Not elves, elementals deck it looks like. With things like, I can't access it right now, but this Flame Chain Mauler up here. So if it's slightly more aggressive, does things like Luminalis get any better? Maybe. I've got a good amount of life gain here. One thing this deck struggles with is removal. I don't have a ton of removal in this deck, but I've got what I can play. Grub has just not really done the job. In fact, now Might just cut it, and considering I don't even have black or red access except for a couple of treasures and things. Creekwood, Safe Ride. How much do all these things? Maybe I can cut like one Midnight Tilling now that I'm trying to gain some more life. Yeah, I mean, I don't really like our chances either way. I think my suspicion is our run in this league ends this week. But I kind of knew that one going in. This is adding to that suspicion. All right, basically the same hand as last time. Hey, if I draw a swamp, Bitterbloom Bearer can take over the game. But we will have to draw a swamp. Now that I know they're playing... Okay, I did draw the swamp. Now that I know they're playing a little bit more of an aggressive deck, I might just play the Weaver out. But now that I drew a land, I can play the Elm. It's not the greatest of blockers right now. I mean, it can threaten a double block. They could activate and do it, but I could remove the counters next turn, kill the Mauler, but we'll see if that's something I feel like doing with my mana. Okay, Bearer loses all abilities. I could attack with it, and then if they eat it with the Flame Chain Mauler, get it back with Weaver here. And if they don't, I could probably just use the Elm to kill the Mauler. Or I could play the Weeping Willow, I suppose. That's probably better. So let's do this. Looks like they will take the bait here. And then we'll end the turn, flash in the Bearer on the end step here. I could either play Willow or push more damage with the Elm here. I think just getting another creature down is probably better. So let's attack with here, here, and here. Sure, make the trade. Play the Willow. He's stuck on mana, but I was last game too, so that's a decent blocker here. Means the Elm doesn't really have a great target now. I might use this on the hand here. Don't have a permanent to get back right now. I mean, I can get this, but I'd love to get this back and be able to get something else back too. That'd be pretty nice. But getting a card out of the hand is going to be pretty good. Something else I could do is use Bogslither's Embrace to kill that after combat here, putting this into the yard and then reanimating it, or reanimating the Weaver, which brings back the Bitterbloom Bearer to hand. There's a lot of different things I could do with that. This costs 3, right? Yeah. I'm worried. I'm in a pretty good spot here, and I want to just ensure that no funny business can happen here soon. So we've got Goliath Daydreamer. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, and when it attacks, you can do it again. I've got removal for something. I think the Sky Swimmer might be the most annoying thing for me to deal with here. So I'm actually going to get rid of that. I could use Embrace here. That just doesn't seem necessary when I know that they've got potentially a 4/4 coming down that I can push more damage with here. Do I want just a random 2/1? I don't think I do. So let's just pass, and if Daydreamer comes down, I can use Embrace here now. Give me a land. No, but it is something else I can do. Okay, Abigail to the yard. Tweez could take care of something, but I've got so many flyers here that unless there's a board wipe. Which I don't see in the pool. There's Slumbering Walker, but that's not the board wipe. Oh, there's Ashling's Command. Uh-oh. And they did just hit 5 mana. That would just about wipe my whole board here. Yikes. Did they top deck it? It's very possible. See, if I go for Weaver and he has Ashling's Command, it's just... Is there a way to win right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 7 and not exactly, because I think Weaver could get back Abigail, which could make this into a flyer. Reaping Willow could also do the same. That might actually do it, but there is Tweez, so either way I'd have to... This would probably die. This is all just assuming there's no, what's it called, Ashling's Command as the last card here, which I'm just going to play as if that's not Ashling's Command. Chances are it's not. I mean, 1 in 52 or something. Four, 5, 6, 7. This is currently lethal, but God forbid that's Ashling's Command. Then I'm just absolutely wrecked. Okay, it wasn't, so that's good. I might not play Weaver. I can get the other Weaver back. Is there any reason to play this right now? If they top deck Command, then the only creature I have left is this, even if I play this one. Let's just go get the other Weaver here. Guess I could have gotten a land, which might not have been horrible. Alright, no Ashling's Command, so that is good. So, a little bit more of a stumble over there. Mana situation got us both in each of those games. There's a Noggle the Mind, which is notable as far as another target for our artifact enchantment removal. There's 2 Liminal Holds and a Chronicle of Victory that are like the main targets for that artifact removal. Sky Swimmer, there's like kind of some elemental and merfolk stuff going on. Not too much graveyard synergy to bring in the Rooftop Perchers. These are here mainly for the elf deck opponents. So I mean, is anything like just random O4s good? I don't think so. I think that game, our deck has the ability to go out ahead, like I mentioned in the intro. But it's got an ability to play a longer game, assuming they don't just drop a Chronicle of Victory with 4 creatures again. I mean, that's kind of the risk. So I think I like the way it's currently set up, and we just have to hope they don't get off to an insane start again. Okay, on the draw. Oh man, a green goes a really long way in playing Battler early here. I have the hand disruption. I'm on the draw. Okay, I've had sketchy hands each time I've kept them. It didn't pay off once. It did pay off the other time. Bitter Bloom Bear is a great draw here. I've got hand disruption. More green cards, not great draws, but this can help me find even further lands. So let's go ahead and... Do I kill the creature now that they can blight, make treasures, or do I just hand disruption? Currently don't have anything else I can do. I have to draw green here. Oh, there's so many good cards. And so many cards I can't beat. I think it's gotta be hand disruption here. Ashling's Command. Can't get it, but at least I know they have it. This could be more of a problem than Wistfulness, if we're being honest. Make treasures by blighting here. I think I will take the Wistfulness, but now at least we know they're stuck a little bit. I mean, they can blight, make it a 2/1, and then get a treasure. Guess they can play Seeker. They'd have to use their treasure. No, this is a elemental, so they can behold Ashling's Command here. Give me a green. No, but it does kind of block. Ooh, okay, here we are, stuck on lands. I mean, they can use removal. To push more damage here, but that was a pretty good draw, wasn't it? Green, kinda. Okay, so this deals 5 damage. Prisma Basher can at least get away from that. They have a 2/2 flying attacker that's kind of free over and over here. At least this is holding everything else back. And I have to keep the command in mind. Okay, double green. It's going to be really difficult to have Bristlebane Battler kind of do anything relevant because the command can get it. So if I cast the Battler, they probably just cast command and wipe my board. If I don't cast Battler, they probably still cast command because this is holding back 5 points of attack right now. If I cast the Council, this at least can't kill that. But this can. And they probably use this on Council. But then that means command is still in hand here. So it's really weird knowing what they have, but I would much prefer it this way. I expect this to die to feed the flames, but as long as they don't also use command next turn, I can still hold back all but 2 of their power. Ashling's Command is... Okay, they did not choose to remove the Council here. Interesting. So something I can do now is play Dundulin Weaver, and it kind of forces them... I was going to say forces them to use removal, but it doesn't really. Because they do still have this. Midnight Tilling getting a land is honestly not that bad. Let's see what we hit off of this. Something needs to change. Land, wow, we did draw Selfless Safe Right, which is really good here. Well, maybe not really good, but it's good. If I play, let's say I play Weaver, get back a land. If I play Weaver, so if I get back Safe Right, I play Weaver, I get back a land, I play the land, I do have Safe Right up, but then they know I've got that, so they'll do one of these in response. This is so weird. Okay, I think I'm just going to take the land, actually. If I play Scout, does that then draw out Ashling's Command here? I'm trying to draw out one of these cards so I can figure out how to play the rest of this game. If I play Weaver, something's dying, so I'm not getting back Safe Right. You'd have to imagine. Next turn, I'm probably just slamming a Prisma Basher and attacking with Abigail, assuming it doesn't die. So many different options here. If I play Battler, I play Weaver, they use Ashling's Command, all three of these die. I don't get anything back. I'm trying to draw potentially something out of the hand here. I don't think I'm playing another thing, just because I know they're kind of incentivized to use one of these now. Yeah, so they might just use Ashling's Command on their turn now. Attack for 7, put me to 7, and then I can do Battler, Weaver, Weaver. I have 3 creatures, go to 5. There's some things happening here. There's the command. Okay, I got him out, but I'm still not in a great spot. See if I am able to get something back here. It looks like I am. What does it need to be? What if it's Abigail? Abigail, next turn I play Eulogist and Abigail, put it on Battler. I can start attacking with a Lifelinker. Okay, maybe? Might have more removal, though, that could mess with this even more. No? Okay, go to 5. Nothing. No, they do have an instant of some kind. And I just have to hope they don't remove Battler here, I guess. I guess I can do it to Eulogist, maybe? I expect whatever I target to not be around much longer. Oh wow, it did get a hit in, alright. That's interesting. No Chronicle of Victory, please. Prisma Basher coming down, giving +3/+3 to the Battler. Another 8 lifelink. That's pretty good. Plus I could give it here as well. There's a lot of things I can do. Let's try it. Okay, what do they got now? Disruptor of Currents? Pyrrhic Strike killing Eulogist. Interestingly, not killing Abigail. Okay, go to 1. I go back up to 22 now. Currently have lethal as it stands. Needed a treasure. There's the good game. Wow. Oof, I did not expect to pull that one out somehow. We kept some sketchy hands, got a little bit rewarded off the back of our rares, but that first game was nuts by them, and I was like, well, this is going to go very quickly. But we'll take the win. Good games, Nick. Good luck in the rest of the league. Can't say I expected it, but we'll take the win when it comes. So we move up to 13-8 here into 26th place in the standings. We are inching our way toward the top 16. Currently need to finish the league 7-2. A little bit easier than 8-2, but still a little bit of a difficult task to accomplish here. We are starting to get into the portion of the standings. You see a lot of great names over there. I see Strout and JM Tron, Lotta, and then the top of the leaderboard's got a lot of great names and a lot of great records over there too. But we are chasing them all, attempting to finish the league 7-2. We'll see if we can do it. Thanks for tuning in today, and I'll see you next time here at Daily Draft.